Chester, tell me, you've been a fan of these guys forever anyway. Huge fan of the band, right?
Yeah, you know, I've been to a few shows.
Yeah.
I think it was over 20 by the time I started being on the other side of the barricade more than I was in the crowd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always thought they were one of the best live bands, made great records.
Yeah.
I also like bands that like push themselves creatively with each new record, you know?
Yeah.
You know, now I listen back to like Number 4 and even Shingle-La-Di-Da, which kind of had to take time to grow on me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're such good records. There's so many great songs.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
So yeah, so you know, now being in the band and being able to sing all these songs that I love to sing, you know, as a fan, it's really awesome.
It is cool.
Yeah,
it's amazing, and it works out great. It's just it's a great thing. It's very cool. Speaking of first, you remember that first show that you did? I think it was at Phoenix. It was a festival with Lincoln Park, and it was one
it was
step,
the Edge Fest.
It was the Edge Fest. I was hosting it.
Yeah.
And you guys one step closer that was growing at the time, climbing up the charts. And I remember the security was being like they were being dicks when you and your dad Lenny were trying to get up on stage.
Me
for
and my dad's name is Lee. Everybody calls him Pops.
Yeah.
And he's famous in his own right. I mean, everywhere I go, just about anybody that we've toured with.
Yeah.
And has met my father always. First thing out of their mouth is, "How's Pops doing?"
Yeah.
But it was funny because
cool.
Orgy headlined that night.
Yeah.
We played with Head PE.
Yeah.
And we were on it like in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I remember Red Bull gave out coolers with like 6 packs of Red Bull and like a bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
And me and my dad, we went through all of it.
Yeah.
And so by the time Orgy was going on, of course, I'm good friends with Ryan and Amir, and you know, at the time, Bobby and Jay, obviously we were all touring together, and we recorded our records in the same place and became friends there, so it was fun to be on tour. And so we were trying to get up on stage with Orgy, and of course the Yellow Jackets wouldn't let us back there. Yeah. And my dad was just like, he ended up pulling one of those, "Do you know who this guy is?" kind of thing, and nobody cared at the time. And he eventually had to pull his badge out because he was a retired cop at the time, and he had to pull his badge out because they were going to throw us out of the show.
Yeah, and I remember what I said to you that night. I said, "You know what?" I go, "F these guys." I go, "You'll "You'll come back and headline in a year, and you'll kick them off the stage."
That's
and
right.
Sure enough, a year later,
It's true.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was
a good prediction.
That was
right?
a crazy year, man. Going from playing free shows with Union Underground to headlining arenas.
Yeah.
With a 30-minute long record.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Which is cool.
Yeah.